Live from Greensboro Ice House, North Carolina, it's time for High Point Panther Hockey here on the official High Point Hockey YouTube channel. It's the North Carolina State Icepack versus the High Point Panthers. I'm Jimmy Rosselli, followed by my partner, Luke Lee. The 4-2-1 Panthers are rolling, having won 3 of their last 4 games, the only flaw being a 3-3 tie against Virginia. And on the other hand, the NC State have been struggling, starting off their season 0-5. Luke, both teams kind of starting on opposite sides here. What's it going to take for which team to come out on top tonight?
So starting out here with NC State, you know, they're 0-5 going into this game. Every single loss, they have allowed no less than 4. They haven't allowed no less than 4 goals. Every loss has been by multiple goals. And if I'm being honest, they need to clamp up on that side of the ice in the goaltending. They have the reigning goal of the year in Maddie Martin, so you need to see if she can pick up the pace, get back to last year's form, and really get something going, clamping up that puck. Now for High Point, you need to get more people involved. Looking out here, Grace Matsu with 23 points, Addie Graham with 9 points, MJ Volpe with 7. But last game against South Carolina, Addie Graham actually had a hat trick going into that game. She had a really big one. So you want to see if maybe Graham or somebody else can step up, get something going, really even out the scoring for the Panthers.
Grace Motto has been a key player for the Panthers. 23 points on the season compared to the team's total combined points of 30. So a pretty impressive statistic there. And also earlier on in the season, as this is not the first time that High Point and NC State have met, as an early morning game in the ACC HL Fall Showcase, where the Panthers won 6-2 for their first win of the season, and Grace Motto had 3 goals and 3 assists in that win. So again, showing that dominance that she's had. And you spoke a little bit about goaltenders there, Luke. On the other side for the Panthers, Megan Abel, she had her best performance of her career last time out against South Carolina. She was just under 2 minutes from recording the first shutout in program history before South Carolina recorded a power play goal late and put themselves on the board. So very impressive starts here for both teams.
And she's been very impressive, so you want to see if she can continue that up here. Obviously, North Carolina hasn't done very well. North Carolina State haven't done very well stopping the puck, so you want to see if they can kind of get something going from last year. And, yeah, it'll be a great game here.
Both teams really want to win tonight, as these games are crucial. High Point has 5 games left on the season between now and playoffs, and 3 of them are against NC State. So, again, crucial games, and starting off with a win against them is important. Live back here in Greensboro Ice House, North Carolina. It's the NC State Icepack taking on the High Point Panthers here in Panthers territory. Luke, we talked a little bit. I'm Jimmy Rosselli, followed by my partner, Luke Lee. Luke, we talked a little bit about it before. NC State starting off their season 0-5. The High Point Panthers rolling a little bit, starting off their season 4-2-1, coming off 3 wins. What can we expect to see tonight?
We can expect to see a lot of shots here from the High Point University Panthers. This is a team in NC State that has given up a lot of points. Their goalies didn't warm up today, so she's definitely not going to be hot to start out this one. They're going to want to take advantage of that, and they've overall just struggled stopping the puck. So High Point's going to come out aggressive, and if you're NC State, you're going to want to come out here and just try to get anything going here and try to get some points on the board.
And a good point to make here, starting in net for the Panthers, is Lizzie Johnston. So that'll be a little bit of a switch for the Panthers now as they win face-off and enter the offensive zone. Taking it in, Volpe, her shot, she scores! Starting off the game, firing a shot. It's MJ Volpe, 1-0 Panthers lead.
In the pass, bounces it off of an NC State defender, and Volpe does a really good job of just hustling to try to bring that goal in there, and then just takes an easy shot, and the goalie didn't warm up, so wasn't able to react in time. That goes in, High Point up.
And a great start for the Panthers. You talked about it in the beginning, Luke. They're going to try and fire some shots at this goalie who didn't get a chance to warm up. Maddie Martin, she was a great goaltender last year, but we're going to see what she can do tonight. As the Panthers dump it into the zone, 14:31 remaining in the first. We are playing 15-minute periods tonight, as the clock will stop every whistle. So taking it in now, dumping it behind the net is Graham. Back alongside the corner, picked back up by a Panther, and then pressured by the Icepack. Trying to get around, she will. This shot saved by Martin and pushed away. That was Price taking it in, but couldn't get it, and now pressuring is Hoyt. Trying to get it out of the zone, they will, and the Panthers are forced to reset. Sending it back in was Chornovas. And then sent around the boards, picked back up. NC State looking to pressure, they'll dump it back out. Caught in the neutral zone by Fidishon and dumped back in. 13:32 to play now in the first. Panthers moving the puck well here to start. Dumping it behind the net was Price, Caitlin Price, as her sister's back on defense. And a little bit of a scramble in front of the net. This puck's going to fly loose into the corner and picked up by the Icepack. Sent back up outside, but stopped by Smith and sent back in. Picked up by Fidishon. Tried to get it out, but it's stopped by Fair and sent back in. Picked up by Sendawi. And now it's outside the Panther zone. Shot back in by Smith. Dumped back in by Smith. And now NC State takes control. DePasquale. Poke checked away by Graham. Graham sends it out in front, but it's going to be taken by NC State. Kept in by Price, and then poke checked back out. And now the Panthers are forced to reset with 12:32 to play in the first. And now NC State finally getting their chance here in the offensive zone, Luke. They've been struggling to keep control of this puck. Ron Cannon sends it back in. It's picked up by Volpe and dumped back into the offensive zone. Graham with it now. Trying to get across the middle, but she won't be able to. It's picked up by Von Cannon behind the net. Puck sent inside the middle. This shot deflected off the defenseman. Rebound no good. Great save by Martin off the right leg. Shot by Hoyt. And now the Panthers with it in the neutral zone.
NC State really struggling to try to get it out into their offensive zone. Really struggled even to get it out in their neutral zone. So good job for them right there to try to push it back a little bit. Put some pressure on High Point.
Panthers with it in their own zone. 11:36 to play in the first. Dumping it in. That was Volpe. She's going to get a break now. Shift change for the Panthers. Kept in by Fair. Going across the net, Martin Debated reaching out, but she decided not to. Fair pressures the puck. Now going in is Chornovas. She sends it across the middle. This shot, save by Martin off the right leg. What a save as that pass came in hard across the middle. And another great save off that left glove as she'll catch it with 11:03 remaining. That shot was by Caitlin Price, and we're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Panthers.
And we talked about it early. Maddie Martin last year, goalie of the year. Okay, so she's put out some strong goaltending out there. So really good example of it right there to get some nice stops, get some momentum going the Icepack way.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Chornovas' shot deflected away, taken back by the Panthers, let go, and it's behind the net. Now off to the side. Panthers looking to keep it in, but it's going to break loose from Chornovas. And now Tuccinardi is going to send it across into the neutral zone. Picked back up by the Icepack. Now into the offensive zone. That's Alichowski. Alichowski across the middle, poke checked away by Volpe. Forced to dump it into the zone. 10:30 to play in the first. Icepack looking to get something started here. Pass intended for short, lost out of the zone, and they're forced to reset, but they do it quickly. Carter tries to send it to short, but couldn't get it there, and the Panthers regain possession now.
Panthers doing a really good job of swarming to the puck early on here. You saw MJ Volpe. She was all over, and it wasn't just her. Multiple high-point defenders being able to come in there. Nice icing right there, but it's an excellent job so far to just really get to that puck, put some pressure on NC State. They weren't able to formulate anything offensively.
Yeah, and Volpe's one of those players you're going to see all over the ice. She really dominates on defense and offense. She's a hustle player. So you'll be hearing us calling her name a lot tonight. 10:01 to play. Panthers with a face-off in the offensive zone. And the Panthers win the face-off. Coming across the middle. Short pressures the puck. Volpe sends it back down behind the net. Pass out in front. Poke checked away by the Icepack, and it's out of the zone. Short tries to intercept that pass. Volpe gets it anyway, sends it back down, and the Icepack regain possession. Up off the netting, we're going to have a whistle and a face-off outside the Panther zone with 9:33 to play.
And so far, outside of that opening goal, High Point's had a whole lot of opportunities to get something going on offense, take a lot of shots, and they just really haven't. NC State's done a really good job of just getting to them, even when they've been a little bit blindsided and left a little bit open. So you want to see if High Point can try to take advantage of this and get something going.
On the face-off, Grace Mato. Won by the Panthers. Volpe gains control. The Icepack take it back. On defense there is Smith. She pressures it, but it's dumped in by Fawcett. Panthers taking it in front of the middle now. NC State trying to keep it in their zone. They'll succeed with it. Carter dumping it in, but the Panthers take it back, pass it off the boards, back to Carter. She sends a shot inside the net, and it's stopped by Johnston.
Some nice hustle right there by the Panthers to really play some damage control. They had a nice little thing going, moving the puck down into their offensive zone. But once again, nothing set up. Did a really good job of swarming, hustle down there. Now you got a good chance to try to get this puck back in your defensive zone.
Grace Mato on the faceoff for the Panthers, and Erb on the faceoff for the Icepack as they win it. 8:53 to play. This pass out in front. Loose puck, but the Panthers gain control. It was Muller with a chance there. She couldn't see where the puck went, dangling between her legs there. Price. She poke checks it, but it's deflected off back into the Panther zone. Good defense by Bridget Price to keep that puck, to slow it down and gain control as she'll send it up and out of the zone, forcing the Icepack to reset now. Muller chasing it, but the Panthers gain control. Continuing to do a good job here, Luke, of swarming that puck.
They really have. One thing I will say, though, is they need to do a better job of getting these passes online, just both teams in general, because even on that shot for NC State, that pass was offline. If that was online, that's a shot, and there was no one there.
Coming across the middle now. That was Tuccinardi, but it was stopped by Di Pasquale. And now regain control by Volpe. Volpe going into the offensive zone. Drop the pass back out to a fellow Panther. But it's poke checked away by NC State. and now the Panthers are forced to reset.
There's that hustle.
Here comes Volpe, inside the middle, her shot! Great save by the glove of Martin.
And Maddie Martin, outside of that opening goal, for somebody who didn't warm up, I mean,
yeah, she's looked fantastic.
She's looked really well. She's looked sharp.
Definitely. That left glove has looked well early. I think we've had 2 or 3 saves right into that left glove. She's looking to keep that going all night long. Volpe on the face-off win. Sent back out to Chornovas. And now NC State gains control. Into the neutral zone, trying to send it off the board, but a great stop by the Panthers. Pushing it back into the offensive zone. Volpe uses her right leg to stop the puck in the air, deflect it back down. 7:15 to play. Panthers still fighting for it in the neutral zone. Volpe taking it into the offensive zone, followed behind her is Motto. Her shot off the left glove of Martin and up and over the board.
Another shot right there. They're testing her early on, really trying to get into it. Notice she didn't warm up, and noticing they're giving up a lot of points, so really being aggressive early on here.
And we know how much pressure the Panthers can put on a team. And here's Motto passing in front of the net. This backhand, great save by Motto. And she holds on to it. You got to be kidding me here, Luke. Martin putting up a performance like she did last season. We talked about it. She had a great season last season, winning some awards as a goalkeeper, and now coming out tonight and playing like that. She's made a couple fantastic saves within the first 10 minutes here.
And a really good job by the Panthers right there, even though it was a great save, to be able to cut up and get open and then get a nice little shot in there.
NC
Keep
State
shooting it.
On the face-off win. 6:37 to play. Passing it across the middle. Panthers do a great job of taking control of that puck. Short pressures it. Panthers keeping it in their zone, sending it back behind the net. Pass up to Fidishon. Stopped by an NC State defender. That was Von Cannon. And the Panthers take control inside the middle now. Heading into the neutral zone. Fair sends it up off the boards into the offensive zone, and it's picked up by Von Cannon, who sends it over across ice, trying to pass it to short, but it's taken by Caitlin Price, who sends it across the middle, but nobody's there. And it's picked back up by Von Cannon. She's been all over the place for them so far on defense. This shot by Volpe stopped by a skate, poked back out, and NC State takes control. 5:41 to play. Emma Smith takes control, tries to send it over to Bridget Price. Price takes control, makes a great move around the defender, passes it up. Intended for Graham, she'll hold on to it. Graham coming across the left side. This shot, she scores! Addison Graham striking for the Panthers. 2-0 they lead.
And we talked about it earlier. You need to get somebody else involved. Addie Graham coming off the hat trick against South Carolina. Great job right there to get it up to her, and then she does a great job to continue to move up and then take that shot. If you take that many shots, eventually, no matter how well the goalie's playing, they're going to break. You're going to let one in.
And Addison Graham, just a great play all around. But it started with that move in the beginning. Playmakers upon playmakers here for the Panthers.
Hustle move.
And NC State dumps it in now, 5:09 to play. Pass out, deflected away by DePasquale. And now taken by NC State. 4:54 to play in the first. Panthers look to take control in the neutral zone. Lost it, but it's gained back. Price with it, sending it across the middle. I believe it was Price with that great move in the beginning to help cause that goal. This shot coming across the middle, missed wide. That was Carter. And NC State keeps control. DePasquale sends it in. Picked up by Erb. Sent across the middle. And it's stopped by Hoyt. Hoyt sends it up out of the zone, and it forces NC State to reset now.
This is probably the most time they've spent in the neutral zone or in their offensive zone. They've had absolutely no time on offense here so far in this early period.
Panthers keeping control in the neutral zone. And offsides. 4:02 to play here. 2-0 Panthers lead over NC State. So that was an incredible goal to give them there. Put them up 2-0 here, Luke. Scored by Addison Graham, assisted by Bridget Price and Emma Smith. So again, a couple playmakers upon playmakers here with the Panthers. Unselfish play we're seeing, and it's working out in their favor so far.
Panthers doing a good job of getting that puck around, spreading the love, not just rely on Matu. You love to see it here. And so far, they've dominated. They've hustled to the puck. They've made some really nice defensive plays. You've seen MJ Volpe getting around there. The goalie, they haven't really tested the goalies, but we know how well they can play on that side. So there's nothing really you don't like to see. Maybe take a little bit of the advantages NC State are giving you, but they're playing some stingy defense. So, and the goalie's playing well, so you can't really critique them too hard.
Volpe drops it back to Chornovas on the Panthers face-off win. This shot deflected by Volpe and picked up, poke-checked away by Martin. Couple of sticks smack the puck up into the air, but it ends up in Chornovas' stick. Sent out in front of the net. Mato's shot, poke-checked away by Martin. And now the pass is sent out of the offensive zone, and it looks like it'll be an icing. So an icing call with 3:15 to play. 2-0 Panthers lead over NC State. And we're going to have a face-off in the Panthers zone.
It's another opportunity for the Panthers to try to get something going here on offense. They only have 2 goals. NC State's played some solid defense so far, but you really want to be able to continue to move that puck around, take some more shots, because they've been doing a very solid job stopping these shots tonight.
And Grace Mata with another face-off win. Chornovas takes it, pass out in front into the middle. Volpe tries to get a little one-timer there, but couldn't get complete control of it. There was a couple defenders on her. And there continues to be, but Chornovas keeps it in. Taken back away by Von Cannon and sent out of the zone. Another icing call, and we'll have another face-off in the Panthers' offensive zone with 2:50 to play now. Still 2-0, Panthers lead.
NC State, they've really struggled to just get that puck going, get it to someone. They haven't been able to do it, and they've played a whole lot of defense. They're definitely tired on that side of the ice, giving your goalie, a ton of hardship here early on.
Chornovas sends that shot, deflected left, back around the net, and picked up by Fidishon. Fidishon tries to make a move, pressured by defender, and she sends it around behind the net. Picked up by Von Cannon. Panthers pressuring. Alachowski tries to get it out, but it's kept in by the Panthers. Puck dangling in the middle now. NC State's going to gain control. Coming across the middle, this pass intended to be dumped in, but stopped by Panthers defense. Falling in front of the net. This shot in front of the net missed wide. It was Alachowski pressuring the puck, fell over it, and then sent it over to her teammate. A good play there as she fell. Offside warning, forcing NC State to leave. The Panthers taking control, fighting it alongside the boards. It's Alachowski still.
High point continuing to swarm to the puck here. Some nice contact right there.
Chornovas and Short colliding. Taking control is Motto. As she comes across the ice, skating everywhere now, trying to send it up to a fellow Panther, but it's taken away by Fawcett. Taken back by Graham. She already has a goal tonight. Poke checked away. Volpe takes control. Coming across the middle. That backhand missed wide. Panthers looking to take control. They're trying to get something going in front of the middle here, but every pass is just, every look is not there. A minute left now. A minute to play in the first. 2-0 Panthers lead. That shot deflected off Martin's glove. Still loose in front of the net. Panthers keep control. Graham's shot deflected away by a defenseman.
Addie Graham out here, she has 8 goals in 8 games. And obviously had that hat trick against South Carolina, but she's been very, very productive so far this season. And just as of recently.
So just 30 seconds to play here in the first. NC State with it in the middle. They'll clear it out of the zone. That was Short clearing it. Attacking the puck now is Smith. Smith sends it up to Volpe. Volpe heading into the offensive zone. It's a 1-on-3. Poke checked away, still gets the shot off, just missing that left corner, going around the net. Picked up by Fidishon. 6 seconds to play. Pass in front of the net, deflected by a defenseman, sent back out, lost by Price, and that'll do it for the period. So 2-0, Panthers a lead as we come to the end of the first. It's been an action-packed first, but we'll be right back. Live back here in Greensboro Ice House, North Carolina for second period action between the High Point Panthers and the NC State Icepack. The NC State Icepack taking the face-off win there. It's been fairly dominant for the Panthers offensively so far in this game. 10-1 shots on goal for the Panthers. So they're looking to keep that going here in the second and continue to pressure this team.
They've done a really good job here of being aggressive and out-hustling NC State so far.
And a great stop there by Martin to cover it up and force a face-off.
Yeah, and just right out the gate, a great job by High Point to come out aggressive, take a shot, be confident. Your 11th shot so far, they're eventually start to bounce more in as the game progresses.
Bit of a tangle on that face-off, but Von Cannon comes through and takes it away. Heading into the neutral zone. She'll dump it in. Pushed away by Johnson. Picked up by the Panthers. Sent up and out of the zone. Herb sends it back and then dumped back in by NC State. Panthers take control in the neutral zone. Volpe fighting for it. She'll get it. Heading into the offensive zone, coming across the middle. That shot up and over the net. Graham on the other side, taking it behind the net. Slapped away by Herb and then taken by NC State. Sent up off the boards, kept in by the Panthers. Herb with it. Dropping it back. Picked up by the Panthers, sent back in, and now taking control. This shot, save off Martin, and now behind the net. 13:36 to play in the first. Still with it is Motto, coming across the middle. This shot, save by Martin, and she'll cover it up, forcing a face-off again with 13:29 to play.
And that was a nice shot there by Grace Matu. What I will say, though, is maybe High Point so far getting a little bit trigger-happy with these shots. Not all of them have been super intelligent. Not all of them have been the best. Some have been better than others, let's just say that. But that was a good shot right there. And Maddie Martin's done a really good job so far. Obviously, reigning goalie of the year. We've talked about it a lot, but continue to take shots. Maybe a little smarter ones, though.
On the face-off win is the Panthers, now in front of the net. This shot saved by Martin, continuing to try, but she'll cover it up with that right leg. An incredible job to cover that up. as we had Caitlin Price slapping away at it, and a couple other Panthers looking to pressure it. But she'll force another face-off. So Graham on the face-off, she'll tangle up. Excuse me, that was fair on the face-off, but NC State will come up with it. Panthers looking to keep it in their own offensive zone, and they will. Picked up by Fidishon, sent back around. Couple of Panthers attack it. Coming out with it is Fair. Fair sends it across the middle. Picked up. This shot, save, and deflected away. Picked up by NC State. They're looking to try and get out of their zone, but they're continuing to get swarmed by Panthers. Now in front of the net. Pass across, one-timer, great save by Martin. Caitlin Price with the one-timer. Just couldn't get it off. This pass intended for Fidishon. Couldn't hold on to it. 12:31 to play. Pass out in front of the middle. It's Price, who's pressured by Carter and sends it out into the neutral zone.
And the pressure's been there for NC State on defense. They gave up a couple goals, giving up some shots, but they have been there in terms of the pressure, and they've gotten there.
Mato with it. Down in the corner. Heading behind the net now. She's heavily covered. Trying to send it out in front, but a couple defenders stop it and send it back out towards Price, who falls down and couldn't hold on to it. Chasing it was Padilla. Picked back up by the Panthers, sent over to Volpe, who heads into the offensive zone. On the left side, she tries to send it across the middle, but it's stopped by Martin and covered up, forcing another face-off with just 11:50 to play.
Another example of NC State just getting there, putting some pressure on Volpe. Takes a little bit of an unnecessary shot maybe right there. She's feeling confident. She's taken a number of shots here so far, but it will be another opportunity for High Point to continue to chip away here in their offensive zone.
Face-off won by the Panthers. Sent out to Tuccinardi, who dumps it in. This shot, powerful by Volpe, but it's deflected back behind the net and she'll regain control. Trying to dump it behind her, but it's stopped by Von Cannon. And she'll take control as she dumps it across the middle, and no icing, says the ref. So now chasing it is Chornovas. Two NC State defenders chasing behind her. Panthers win it. Intended for Volpe, but she couldn't hold on to it, and Von Cannon takes control. 11:15 to play now. Pass trying to go off the boards, but Graham will take control. And then the puck rolls outside the zone, forcing the Panthers to reset now. Pass up off the boards. Picked up by Olachowski. Poke checked away, and the Panthers regain control. And we're going to have an offsides. So 10:54 to play, 2-0 Panthers lead here in the second, as we're going to have a face-off outside NC State's zone.
The High Point here so far, they've been a little bit sloppy, just a little bit. They need to pick things up here. They're continuing to have these opportunities. They're on their side of the neutral zone. They're just outside of the NC State D zone. So you want to go out there and try to win this face-off, get something going.
Yeah, they did look a little bit more organized in the first. Got to calm down and try and get back to that here, as the Panthers won the face-off, but NC State gains back control and dumps it in. Chornovas takes it behind the net. Pressured by Carter. In the corner now, sent across the middle. Poke checked away by the Panthers. Couple of deflections later, Johnson will jump on it, and she'll cover it up.
And now you got a defensive zone face-off for the Panthers, an offensive zone face-off for the Ice Wolves. So a great opportunity for NC State to try to get something going on offense in their own zone. They haven't had a whole lot of time there, so you want to see what they can do, take some shots maybe.
And the face-off was pulled back over to D. Pasquale, but the Panthers took it back and dumping it now into the offensive zone. Chasing it is Fidishon. Sent it behind the net. Picked up by Price. A little bit of pressure here on each other. Off the boards now, but it's going to get picked up by Carter. Sent off the boards. Pressuring it is Smith. Smith loses it, and NC State looks to take it. A shift change for the Panthers now, with 9:48 to play in the second. They're playing with that lead, trying to keep those legs fresh. Smart on the Panthers. And Volpe coming onto the ice, fired up as she'll take that puck away, sending it off the boards, dumping it into her own offensive zone. And that pass a little too high as it'll go up into the netting.
And so far here, a little bit of a stalemate now after some of those early excitements and goals for High Point. Neither team really getting something going. They're kind of just in a little bit of a neutral state right now, going from one side to the other here, a little bit more balance after kind of a one-sided approach early on here. So looking to see if anyone can kind of grab this momentum that's now kind of up in the air.
A little bit of entanglement again there, but it's picked up by Volpe. 9:22 to play. Volpe sent it to Mato. Von Cannon guarding. Mato sends it out in front of the middle, but nobody's there. Price keeps it in, dumping it back into the corner. Volpe coming in alongside Mato. Neither of them can take control as it's sent off the board and outside the zone. Price will take it. Pass intended for a fellow Panther, but no good as NC State will take it. Send it back over to Emma Smith. Emma Smith now heading into the offensive zone across the middle. Good opportunity for her now. Passing it across to Mato. Mato's backhand missing the right side of the net. Good chance there for the Panthers, but they just couldn't get it on net. Now the puck dangling in front of the net. Mato's backhand. Great save by Martin. Laying out full body and getting a stick on it. Looked like that side of the net was wide open as she lays out and gets half of the stick on it.
Those shots have been there, but Megan Martin has done a really good job so far to try to deflect these.
Volpe heading in with speed. That slap shot deflected by two defensemen. And the puck dangles away. Graham with it. She tries to send it in as it hits off the skate of an NC State defenseman. Picked up by Carter, sent off the board. Back off Olachowski, who smacks it away. And it'll look to be an icing, and it will.
And far too often here, you've seen a lot of one-on-two matchups when it's come to High Point taking shots. And it really doesn't matter who's taking the shot. I just always feel like when someone's taking the shot, either they're trying to play too much hero puck or nobody else is getting open, which is what we talked about earlier. You need to see someone else get in there. When you can get the puck to one of your teammates and get an assist, get someone going in the passing attack, that's when they've seen them done their best.
That shot by Tuccinardi, no good off the right glove of Martin. And now the puck dangles outside the zone. Panthers with it now. Kicked off the skate. Coming inside is Tuccinardi. Tuccinardi across the middle. Couple of defenders poke check it, and Von Cannon takes control. Von Cannon trying to speed up, but great job by Tuccinardi to make up for the turnover that she had and get it back for the Panthers. She chased her down, Von Cannon, who's not a slow skater, and took that puck right back.
Von Cannon's also been all over the ice here, especially on the defensive side, really hustling and just doing a good job of keeping this High Point offense in check at times.
Yeah, definitely one of the key defensemen for the Icepack.
See you right there.
Exactly. She dumps it back, picked back up by the Panthers, and dumped back in. Von Cannon goes after it. She'll take control. 6:51 to play in the first. Volpe looks to pressure. Forces a pass. Tuccinardi chased it, couldn't hold on, and the Panthers will take it back deep into their own zone. Padilla sends it in. Panthers send it up. Mato now with a chance. Mato first to the puck. Mato coming across the middle now. Mato shot, no good off the glove, and it's covered by Martin. A great opportunity on the breakaway, but she just couldn't take complete control of the puck. She was really rushed as a defenseman was chasing her down and forced to rush that shot, and again, couldn't get it off too well.
That is so unfortunate that it happened. That could have been an absolutely beautiful play because she really did out-hustle everybody else, and she was absolutely alone aside from the one defender and the goalie.
And she was about 10 feet in front of that defender, forced to rush that shot. Just couldn't get a good one off.
And you see the way she skates sometimes. It's just, it's pretty to watch.
And the Panthers now dumping it back into the offensive zone. Chasing it is Volpe behind the net. Graham calling for it in front. The pass was intended for her, but deflected away. And a continuous fight in the corner now. Puck is dangling in the middle. Mato looks to gain control. They're holding on to each other a little bit, but NC State's going to come out with it. Herb Coming across the left side now, dumping it in, back behind the netting. Behind the net. Picked back up now. Herb sends it across the middle. Calling for it's Padilla. This shot off the Panthers defenseman. That was Volpe. And now chasing it down is Fair. And the whistle blows.
And we saw it earlier, just a second ago, with Addie Graham out there calling for that puck. I think that's really great that you're going out there and you have somebody to be able to get open, even though they ended up working their way.
And we're going to have a penalty here on the ice with 5:28 to play. So we're going to have a power play for NC State. It's cross check. And it looks like it's on Mato. So a key player for the Panthers now taken out of the game, Grace Mato. We talked about her all night long, how many points she's had for the Panthers. Having her come off the ice is going to be a struggle for the Panthers. They're going to have to really fight while they're shorthanded here.
And not only that, I mean, just to be shorthanded in general. Exactly. Definitely disadvantage in your D zone.
And NC State across the middle now. This shot by Fawcett, deflected away by Panthers, and they take control of it. Dumping it up off the glass into the neutral zone. Actually got a great bounce as Farrell take control. Rolled right to her. Trying to keep control, but just too many NC State defensemen. And they're going to take it back. 4:47 to play in the second. 1:17 on the power play as Johnson will cover it up and force a face-off.
Just haven't been a whole lot of shots here for NC State, so considering you are up a skater here, you still got a minute and 15 left in this power play. You definitely need to take advantage of the fact that you are up and get some shots going. You need some points. You're down 2-0 here, but it could get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, they do need to get some shots going. High Point has 24 shots compared to NC State's 3 shots. Big difference here. And they have a great opportunity to do so with just a minute and 4 seconds left on this power play. Von Cannon, poke checks it up in the neutral zone. It's picked up by Volpe, pressured by Short. And Fawcett comes out with it. Fawcett tries to cut across the middle, but a great poke check made by Chornavas to force a stop and pass out in front, slapped away by Volpe, and they're going to be forced to reset. 38 seconds on the power play, 4:04 in the second.
Really good job right there. Try to kill some time on this power play. Really nice power play kill right there by High Point. Under 30 seconds.
23 seconds on the power play. Chornavas sends it around the net. It's picked up by Graham. Tries to send it across the middle, but it's taken by Von Cannon. And then a big collision between Volpe and Di Pasquale. And we're going to have another face-off just outside the offensive zone, just outside Panthers territory. 10 seconds left on the power play, 3:39 left in the second. Still a 2-0 lead for the Panthers. No action so far here in the second, Luke.
And the Panthers have done a really good job to lock up here defensively, especially on the power kill, because only 10 seconds left for NC State. So barring some sort of breakdown, you're going to get back to even here with that goose egg on the scoreboard.
Another face-off win for the Panthers. Fighting alongside on that board is Graham. Another 2 defensemen on her. Power back to even strength. Power plays over. Panthers with a great opportunity as they're heading in. This shot, she scores! Mato coming off out of the penalty box, attacking the puck and getting a goal for the Panthers. 3-0, they lead.
I know we've talked about trying to get it around, trying to get a passing system getting around, get some organization, but you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Try to get it to your most explosive player, the person who's going to take the most shots, get the most points out there. And I mean, sometimes you just can't fix good.
Mato, incredible job to come out of the penalty box and make up for the penalty she just had. She thanks her teammates for having the ability to fight that power play that she caused, and she'll go out and she'll fix her own problem there. Great job to answer back and score another one for the Panthers as they'll lead 3-0 now.
Once again, a nice hustle play too. Her hustle has been up.
Tuccinardi behind the net, sending it around. Panthers and NC State colliding just outside the zone. Puck rolls out. NC State forced to reset as they'll try to dump it back in. And we'll continue to have a scramble in the neutral zone. Coming out with it's going to be NC State. This shot pushed away by Johnson. It was Alachowski with it in the middle there with a great chance. But an easy push away for Johnson. Now heading in to the offensive zone is Motto. Motto with a great move across the middle. Motto shot off the post. What an opportunity that was. A great move to cut across the middle and rips the wrist shot off the left post.
It looked like she had it for a second.
She was flying down the ice there. Panthers still with it in their own zone, in their offensive zone, excuse me. NC State gains control, sends it off the board as it slips by Emma Smith, and she'll chase it down. 1:50 to play in the second, 3-0 Panthers lead. Almost 4-0 after that last one by Grace Motto as she ripped it off that left post. Carter with it, sending it out in front of the middle. Couldn't hold on to it, was Herb. But it's sent back out to DePasquale. Motto takes control, sends it up, intended pass, but it's off the board and picked up by Graham. Graham heading in. One-on-one, Graham cutting across the middle. Loses her skating there. Loses her footing. And had to regain some balance, and now she'll take control of the puck again.
That cut was sharp, too sharp.
Fair takes control. Poke checked back away by Carter. Sent off the board, and Volpe will take it back. Graham calling for it in the middle. She sees her. Here comes Graham. It's a one-on-one. Now a two-on-one. Pass was intended. She's pushed hard. The puck's deflected back. No call or anything there. 50 seconds to play. Volpe tries to make up for it with that shot, ripping it on the right side and back behind the net. Picked back up by NC State as they'll clear it out. And we're going to have an icing with 36 seconds to play now in the second.
And if you're High Point here, with under 40 seconds left here in the period, you're going to get an offensive zone face-off, which is huge here, considering that if you were starting on your side, you got to move it all the way up onto their side. So now you got it on their side, your offensive zone. You want to go out there, try to pass that puck, get it around, try to get a shot off, and maybe get 4 goals before the third period.
And the Panthers win the face-off. Tuccinardi ripped a shot right off of it, and it went off the left leg of Martin. And the Panthers now sending it into NC State zone. 21 seconds remaining in the second. As time runs down, 3-0 Panthers lead. NC State looking for their final opportunity here. Coming across the middle, shot stopped by the defenseman. That's Emma Smith. Emma Smith doing a great job to tangle up and hold on to it, killing time. And that'll do it for the second period. So not as action-packed, but still another goal added on to the Panthers' lead as they now lead 3-0 at the end of the second. We'll be right back live here on the High Point Hockey YouTube channel. Live back here in the Greensboro Ice House, North Carolina. NC State Icepack versus the High Point Panthers. It's been an action-packed game so far. 3-0 Panthers lead over NC State. And a key note to make here is all three scoring leaders for the High Point Panthers have scored tonight. Addison Graham, MJ Volpe, and Grace Motto. And we're coming out fired up here as they had a chance. But again, showing that dominance, those three key players continuing to be key players tonight in such a big game.
There's been a lot of confidence from everyone here in this High Point offense.
Coming across the middle, that's Graham. Her shot's ripped left, missing the netting and deflecting off the boards. Now entanglement on the left side. Looks like they might blow a whistle, but the puck breaks loose. Good chance behind the net, holding on to it. Trying to do a wraparound is Motto, but Martin does a great job to cover it. 14-14 left in this third. Chornavas' shot deflected off the defenseman, still in front of the net and then pushed away. Chornavas dumps it back in. NC State looks to send it across the middle. They will. Now with control of it in the neutral zone. Great job by the Panthers to step up there. To Gennardi. Poke checking that away to Volpe. Volpe ripping a shot as it's slapped away by Godot de la Stard.
And even though that goal didn't end up going in there, they ended up catching them in a rotation of lines. So just another impact of the hustle play here so far for the High Point Panthers.
And she goes down hard there. That was Graz trying to slap that shot as hard as she could, and she just went down. But another good chance there for NC State to try and cut this deficit down. Just not succeeding. And now taking control of that is Sendawi.
And it hasn't been for a lack of trying. The High Point defense especially has just been absolutely stifling tonight.
Price sends it off the boards over to Fidishon. Fidishon sends it off the board around the defenseman, chasing after it, but it's slapped back away by NC State. Trying to send it across the middle to Graz, intercepted by the Panthers, and then taken back by NC State. Coming across the middle now. Great opportunity. Back on the right side, ripping a shot up and over the net. Great chance by Carter, but just couldn't finish it. Another shot stopped by Johnson's stick as there's a screen on her. Looks to be Godot de la Stard. Great job there to cover her up, but they just couldn't sneak it by. Another shot ripped on Johnson. Great save off that left leg, and then a great job to cover it up, forcing a face-off. So a couple of shots for NC State ripped there, but Johnson doing a great job to stop every single one of them.
And she really has. She has definitely not been tested very well so far tonight, but now that the sticks have gotten a little hot here for NC State, she stepped up to the plate. Done a really good job of just staying right in the zone and just getting her body on there and covering up that puck.
Yeah, she's getting some action now. Alachowski and Motto on that face-off. Motto will win it. Looking for it was Volpe. She couldn't find it, and now it's picked up by Motto into the offensive zone. Motto trying to send it across the middle. Taken away by Von Cannon and sent it to the neutral zone. This puck's taken by Emma Smith. She tries to send it up off the board. She can't. Taken by NC State and trying to send it deep, but it looks like it might be an icing. No call. Picked up by Price. Sent off the boards. And now entanglement just inside the Panther zone. Fighting for it is Tuccinardi, Volpe, and Chornavas. Chornavas wins it, sends it up over to Graham. Graham back to Motto, who tries to kick with her skate. She will. Off the rebound, a great chance as Martin couldn't hold on to it. Motto again with the backhand. She'll score! Motto never giving up on that play as she'll continuously fight and finally sneaks the backhand in. 4-0 Panthers lead.
And you could never give up on that play. Addie Graham getting absolutely just swarmed on that play, so she's able to do a good job, get that puck out there, and behind the back, I mean, unbelievable.
Great job there. That's her second of the night. And she's continuing to score points for herself.
And that Addison Graham-Grace Matsu connection has been really lively, not only tonight, but just throughout the season.
Yes, it has. And the Panthers continuing to put pressure here as they win another face-off and have it in their own offensive zone. Kept in by Price again. Great job. Excuse me, Tuccinardi. Back behind the net. And then NC State grabs it again, sends it over to Tuccinardi. Tuccinardi tries to send it across the middle. It's deflected away behind the net, rolls out, and Chornovas will be forced to take it into the neutral zone. Chornovas sends it over to Fair. Fair trying to dump it in, but Short grabs a hold of it. Short and Fidishon fighting for it. Fair joins in on it and takes it away. That pass out in front of the middle, nobody home. Picked up by Tuccinardi, that shot. Missing right. Picked back up by the Panthers. Short fighting for it. And the Panthers will regain control as Tuccinardi's pass goes off the referee's left skate. She takes it back and sends it over to Smith. 10 minutes left in the game. Smith sending it off the left leg of Martin as she's hit hard. Takes the hit but gets the shot off, and Motto gains control. 9:53 left in the game. Motto looking for a pass in front of the middle. She will get it, but Volpe couldn't get a hold of it. It was intended for her. Ripped the pass hard, but a couple of sticks got in the way, and it just made it too hard to get that one-timer off. So now the Panthers getting it back. It's Price. Bridget Price sends it up to Emma Smith. Emma Smith tries to send it over to Addison Graham, but it's taken back by NC State. Padilla poke checked away, and now NC State chases it. Followed behind by Motto. Von Cannon keeps it. 9:13 left in the game. Muller sends it up. Pass intended for Erb, but it's taken back by Emma Smith, who sends it off the board. Volpe pressures. Pass sent up over to Mueller. Taken back by Fair. Fair sends it off the board. A good fight by both teams here, but the Panthers keep it in. Martin debates chasing it. She won't. And it's sent behind the net between a couple NC State defensemen. Out of the zone, the puck goes, and the Panthers are forced to reset with 8:30 to play. 4-0 lead they have. NC State does a great job of pressuring here as it's taken. Erb tries to send it across the middle. Falling down is Gross. Still fighting for it is the Icepack, but nothing there as the Panthers do a great job to slap it away. Taken by Volpe now. Volpe in the neutral zone. Trying to cut across the middle, but a good job by Depowski to stop it. Panthers keep it inside the zone. That's Smith. Smith's pass out in front, deflected up by Fair, but no good. Taken away by NC State and now fought into the corner. Pushed back out, NC State takes it. It's a 2-on-1. Smith does a great job pressuring and stopping it. Taken back by the Panthers now into the neutral zone. It's Fidishon. Fidishon's hit. Pushed down, no call. And NC State keeps control. 7:28 to play in the game.
There's been some big hits here by NC State as of late. Maybe getting a little bit frustrated here.
It's getting a little physical. Motto coming across the middle. That shot deflected off the defenseman. Good chance here in front of the net, but Hoyt couldn't get a hold of it. And NC State takes it. Dumping it off the boards, trying to at least, but it's stopped by Smith again. She's done a great job here late in the game, especially in the third period, keeping that puck up and inside the zone and stopping these defenders trying to come in on breakaways.
When we talk about the offense and, you know, the ability to get points on the board, but talk about the ability to play defense in transition and keep the ball out, keep the puck out of your zone. That has been the underrated part of tonight because NC State has had absolutely zero time in their offensive zone, and it's because these forwards are doing a really good job picking up these defenders.
Yeah, all the defensemen have looked very good so far, and we have a big scramble here, but it ends up breaking out, and a shot is fired from that right side of the ice, but it's stopped by Martin's glove, and we're going to have another face-off here in NC State zone.
And even with the really solid play of Maddie Martin tonight, High Point has been very, very confident in their shot. The sticks have been hot. They've been taking these shots pretty much from wherever in the ice that they feel like.
And Motto with another face-off win, sending it back behind to Volpe. Volpe behind the net. She's looking for that pass across the middle. She's been looking for it all night, but that one-timer just can't get through. The pass deflected off Martin's leg pads. Motto takes control. Drops it off. Coming across now, dumping it back into the corner. Great puck movement by the Panthers. This shot deflects off Martin's left leg and dangles in front of the net, but it's picked back up by Motto. Poke checked out by NC State defenseman, and the Panthers are forced to reset. Tuccinardi sends it over. Coming across the middle, pass over to Motto. Motto coming across. Beautiful job to dangle in between a couple defenders, but misses the shot up and over the net. The retry is good. She'll score. Another goal for Grace Motto, and that'll be a hat trick on the night for her. So another great game for Grace Motto. She continues to power on the points and score some goals for the Panthers.
And she can score any way you want to. She can score on those hustle plays, on those big-time run across the or skid across the ice kind of plays. She can get it on those second-round rebounds, or she can do it and just try to whack it in there and get lucky. But she does. She knows how to score any way possible.
Panthers with another face-off win there as they extend their lead to 5-0. Big lead as they've been pressuring all night long. They lead the shots 37-7. Very dominant for the High Point Panthers.
For NC State, when it rains, it pours.
And NC State now taking control. Up off the boards and sent outside their zone. Emma Smith takes control. In the neutral zone, she'll send it down over to Caitlin Price. Coming across the right side now, making a move. This shot off the pad of Martin. Didn't get to put too much power on it as she was heavily pressured. And now NC State looking to try and do something here. It's Alachowski coming across the middle. This shot off the right pad of Johnson. And she does a great job to push her away a little bit as she was getting ran into. So Alachowski with a good opportunity but couldn't finish. And then another shot there by what looked to be DePasquale. But Johnson making continuous saves here. And with just 4:24 to play, we'll have another face-off in their own zone.
And just 9 shots for NC State. Not a whole lot of time in their offensive zone, but hey, there's a 0 on the scoreboard, so you can't be too upset with what you've seen here from High Point on defense, even if it's been limited.
Winning another face-off is the Panthers. That's Graham coming across now. Uses the skate, tries to send it up to Motto. Motto deflects it around the defender but couldn't beat her, and then uses her body to get it back. 4:07 to play now. Volpe chasing it down. Alongside her is Herb. Volpe comes up with it, coming across the middle, rips a shot wide. And it slips by Emma Smith, but she'll chase it down and keep control. Heavily guarded by Graz. Big collision there between Price and what looked to be Von Cannon. But Price keeps control. She makes a couple good moves around defenseman, and then it's poke check back away by Carter, who again tries to make some moves, but then taken back away by the Panthers. A little bit of a back and forth here. Volpe coming across the middle. No good. And now trying to do something here is Herb, as she had a bit of a one-on-one, but again, the pressure of Bridget Price on defense has been too much on this specific shift. 3:11 to play in the third. Motto takes control, trying to come across the middle. She'll lose it. Now dangling off of the defenseman for NC State. She didn't know where it was, but Von Cannon will take control. Rips a shot from behind the blue line off the crossbar. What a shot that could have been. Von Cannon again keeping control. The backhand up and over the net. Just barely bouncing over. Von Cannon continuing to grab this puck. She's done a little bit of pressure here towards the end of the game. Keeping it is NC State. 2:33 left. And a push there by Addison Graham. She's going to get a call on it. Cross-checking. So a power play for NC State, but is it too late? we will see. Can they get their first of the game on the board here?
And, well, in a power play of 2 minutes, I mean, with 2:28 left here in the game, that's a little bit of a tall ask. But at the very least, if you're NC State, if you have multiple power plays and you can't score a single point, that's something that I would say sting a lot more than a 5-1 loss. So you want to go out there and try to at least get some momentum, get some nice feelings, get a nice goal out there, because now you have another advantage in terms of the numbers.
Face off won by the Panthers. Off the boards. But NC State takes control and rips a shot. That was Herb as it's stopped off the right leg of Johnson. Von Cannon takes control, tries to rip a wrist shot, but it's stopped by what looked to be Tuccinardi. So a good job by the Panthers defense to take that puck off the body, taking one for Johnson. They don't want it to hit the goalie. They want to try and take it themselves, and that's what you need from a team.
Panthers did a really good job last time with the penalty kills, so we'll see if they'll be able to replicate that here.
Volpe looking for Chornovas. She wasn't looking. Noticed it a little too late as NC State's now going to take it back. Laying out is Volpe, but keeping control is NC State. Rips a shot. Johnson saves it. Now it's back behind the net. Puck loose in front of the net. Chasing it down. Taken away by Motto. Poke checked back. Over by Dipasquale. Excuse me. And now taken back over by Tuccinardi. Tuccinardi dumps it in. Motto trying to grab a hold, but she can't. 1:14 left in the game. 5-0 Panthers lead.
Definitely getting a little chippy out there.
Yeah, it's getting physical now. Motto coming across the net, looking for her fourth. No good. It's a great save by Martin. Getting in the way and stopping that one. 55 seconds left in the game. 25 seconds left on the power play. The Panthers looking to try and keep control here and keep this power play out of their zone. They just want to keep sending it down and killing time. 14 seconds left on it.
They've done a good job here so far. Looks like they're going to do it again. Really just been swarming this puck here today. They've been all over it.
And a great shot there, ripped, but Johnson keeps it away with that right leg. We're back to even strength. 23 seconds left. Couldn't keep control there. Was Gadante Lestard. And we are closing in on what could just be the first shutout in team history. 11 seconds remaining. I didn't want to bring it up earlier. I'm a believer in the broadcaster jinx. And as we close down in the final 5 seconds, we are looking at our first ever shutout in program history. Lizzie Johnson with the first ever shutout. 5-0 win. High Point Panthers take it over the NC State Icepack. I've been Jimmy Rosselli, followed by my partner Luke Lee. We've had a great game tonight, very action-packed, and it's been a pleasure to call it as we've had the first shutout in program history, if I haven't said it enough. Luke, any thoughts on tonight's game?
It was just an absolute great performance right there by the High Point defense, especially goaltending. Be able to go out there. Obviously, not a whole lot of time for NC State in terms of the offense, but a really, really good job, especially in the mid-zone of the ice. Just keeping it out of, in the neutral zone of the ice, keeping it out of your defensive zone, not giving them opportunities, all the hustle. It was just a great game overall, great team performance.
Yeah, and towards the end there, we really saw it get a little chippy. It was awesome to watch. Both teams got physical. We saw some penalties come and go, but again, good power play kills, good goalkeeping, and good job by the High Point Panthers to take a win tonight over the NC State. And once again, I've been Jimmy Rosselli, followed by my partner Luke Lee, and we'll see you next time here on the High Point Hockey YouTube channel.